So for you people expecting like, what's gonna happen next, we've sort of more got a backstory this episode. So like the first 5 minutes was just like Armin being a bitch. He was complaining, screaming, and he just didn't want to say anything to any of the others. Like to the other members who survived, like Krista, Sophie, and Kobe, I think it was the other. And he like just ran back, and like one of the girl, I think named Hannah, and Kraz, I think Kraz died, and she was like trying to give them CPR, and he was just acting like a bitch, and I freaking absolutely hate him. And then this whole episode like made me a lot better after those like first 5 minutes were gone. Like Mikasa came in, like a giant time, like as these guys, like because these stupid merchants. It's sort this episode had a lot of the vibe of Magi as well from the first episode. It had a lot like that with the whole merchant caring about them more than he does, people, and a few other, elements as well, like with the whole. I say as well with Mikasa's backstory as well. It felt some stuff like that. But obviously, I don't think like Morgiana's backstory don't even come nowhere near to Mikasa's one. And his time just came running up like at high speed. He was doing like some really weird like girly run like what they do in like anime, and he like. And it's like they're saying, "Oh, this time's so fast, they can't keep up with him." And Mikasa just blows in and freaking just like runs it. And the guy's like, "Oh, you can help us like move this car." And he was like, and and she was like pissed, saying, people dying because of this, and like, and sacrificing one precious life. And I thought like because these two guys tried to stop her, and I thought like she actually tried to cut their heads off, but only hit them with the blunt side of the swords. And not to mention, even like with those swords, apparently they got really blunt after like taking out some titans. Like so I think they only last a while. Like so they they're detachable, and I thought that was pretty cool. And they explained that in the the little brief seconds. But we in this whole episode we found out that Dr. Jaeger and Eren went down to find Mikasa, as she went to do he went to do a checkup, and found out that when they got there, the parents had been murdered, and Mikasa was nowhere to be seen. And apparently, what happened? They came from the land known as Audience, and they really actually wanted the mother, but the mother was protecting Mikasa. The father got stabbed right in, and they were after the mother because she's a pure breed, and Mikasa is obviously a half breed, so they weren't going to get as much money off her. And that was and then if like. They showed it like Mikasa actually seeing her mother and her father die in front of her eyes, and that was just really sad. And then Eren came in. He was getting the instant saying, "I got lost in the woods," and behind his back he had a freaking knife. And Eren, as a kid, you were badass. You were a badass as a kid, man. Like, and he just stabs the guy, and there were like three, and then he got like another one, but this like because the knife was out, and it's like Mikasa like stab, like get this guy. And then she finally realized, she finally remembered that the whole world is filled with cruelty. Things happen, and she went crazy. All like after like realizing all this, her trembling seized. She had like perfect control of it. So she was actually holding on the knife so hard that it was like literally breaking like in her hands, and she was breaking the floorboards. And I guess like the Orients, like since that's why they're so fought out for, because they are probably more amplified humans, like the people from the Dark Continent and Magi was, but like just fucked him over. And how Eren like comforted her after that, saying you got a place with us. And that's where the whole scarf thing comes as well, as like Eren gave her that scarf, and it was emotional. And I just really enjoyed like the ending to that. But I was like, oh my god, what is like Mikasa gonna think about Eren? It's like she's gonna flip her shit, and even as well in the preview you see about her finding out Armin's gonna tell her. I'm like, oh my god, Armin, you are gonna die. You are gonna get that sword is gonna go up your ass sideways. That sword is gonna go up Armin's ass sideways, and it's just gonna not be pretty because you let Eren die. But let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this episode. It was still very good. It was much needed. You know, people are gonna be like, oh, we had the action, you know, when you wanted to see more about what was going on, but Mikasa's like, you know, she's like one of the, she probably is the best character in Attack on Titan. We haven't seen all of them yet, but so far she's like one of my favorites. She's like the best girl in there, and she is just great. She's a badass, and that's all we need. But that's all for me. So thank you very much for watching. Remember, strut that panda, sign out, and I'll see you next time.